I think that there is a cover-up.
He crashed following a flying saucer.
No government is going to admit that this is going on, the most important event in human history.
Secrecy and democracy are by definition incompatible. An electorate which is denied information is stripped of its ability to make informed decisions. Yet the vaults of official Washington are bulging with classified factoids and squirreled away dossiers. The so-called black budget from which classified military programs are funded has ballooned to $34 billion a year, larger than the total defense budgets of every other nation except Russia. Yet those programs are completely hidden from the American public and all but a handful of elected officials. Conventional wisdom dictates that secrets can't be kept, that Washington leaks like a sieve, and that every story gets told eventually, especially a story as potentially explosive as UFOs.
But let me tell you, don't think for a moment that secrets can't be kept. The American taxpayer would have a fit if he knew where some of his tax money was going.
Find me a civilian organization that's got a radar. Find me one that's got a fast jet. Find me, all of those things. Detect any kind of electronic countermeasures equipment, what have you. Satellite detection. Those things belong to the government. So whatever body of good data exists on UFOs, the government has it, only because they're the ones capable of collecting it.
There are no secrets better kept, wrote George Bernard Shaw, than those secrets that everybody guesses. Who among us has not heard about an alleged UFO cover-up? The term itself may be a misnomer, because over the years there have been more than enough UFO leaks, exposés, and whistleblowers to crack any cabal or conspiracy, or so it would seem.
But if the right people don't pay attention, and if the right information isn't exposed, if the mainstream major media outlets don't pursue the story, then a non-secret can still be a secret.
The books are written, the documents leak out, people talk. But if there isn't a context for the listener to believe that it is anything but science fiction, it's denied. It's the story that cannot be told because no one can believe that it can be true.
Some UFO information, documents, and testimony has surfaced. It's the other material, the most persuasive material, which has not.
The best evidence has been kept secret successfully for 45 years.
You'd be surprised the folk has seen things and afraid to tell anybody about it.
Former Nashville, Tennessee Councilman George Darden has never seen a UFO, but he thought he knew a good deal when he saw one. He was wrong. Darden hoped he could create a few jobs and some tourist income by building, with city funds, a UFO landing pad, sort of a Nashville-style welcome wagon for visitors from the Crab Nebula and beyond. The plan was defeated by a council vote of 27-1.
Got one vote, which was a start, and that was my vote.
Darden then tried to build the project with his own money, but was denied necessary permits by his skeptical, amused colleagues. The newspapers had a lot of fun at his expense, and the councilman even landed himself on the Joan Rivers show. Politically, he was doomed, and so was his idea.
People have come right here in front of my house in tour buses because it came on the radio that I had built it in my backyard, which I had not.
Darden says he never thought aliens would actually land in Nashville. He merely thought UFOs were a good gimmick. What he didn't know is that the seeds of his demise had been planted decades before by intelligence agencies who secretly plotted to make certain that the media and the public would never take UFOs too seriously, and that anyone who did take UFOs seriously would be subjected to ridicule and laughter.
And all the way through, you can trace a deliberate pattern of disinformation, deception, the laughter curtain, the ridicule, the debunking, The UFO bashers that come out, there's still a few of them around, and say that anybody involved with UFOs is a crackpot.
And I fault the media for that. They've never, ever taken the time to look at the reality of it, to look at the evidence and talk to the people who have first-hand knowledge. They go out and they'll talk to some poor yo-yo who's wearing a beanie with a couple of antennas up there, who said, I've been aboard this ship and I went to Venus and I had a love affair with... Well, the media focuses in on that guy, but they won't focus in on a scientist or retired military or a police officer who can tell them firsthand what I've seen and what's happened and what I know.